Citizens of Earth, gird your loins and open your minds. You have now willfully submitted to the Party for Prosperity and Supervillainy. Well, actually, this week it's popcorn. Popcorn! The Party for Popcorn and Supervillainy! Ah, 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 ah. I'm getting better at this. Hello, everyone. I am known by many names, but today you may call me the Mad Hat Cat. And if you must refer to me in the third person, and pronouns are necessary, perhaps to proclaim the wonders of our most deviant and devious party, you may use they, them, theirs, themself. And now to introduce my stand-in devious associate today, may I introduce Lord Starhawk.
Hello.
I don't know if... Go ahead.
Well, in general, I am considered Lord Starhawk. Starhawk for short, Sir Starhawk if you're nasty.
I'm just going to call you Star. I know I said it before, but like it's... You're going to get a variety of nicknames from me.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
Yes, unfortunately, our dear dog Zodiac could not be joining us today. He'll be back again next week. So what do we do here on the Party for Popcorn and Prosperity? We are here to observe, to discuss, to listen, and occasionally make some sense out of this mad world. And I hope you have all had a pleasantly devious week yourselves. Thank you once again for joining us. This is official episode number 4, but it is our 5th week of doing this. And like we keep saying every week, this could be a thing. We keep coming back. We keep doing it. And we keep doing it vaguely on time. And not that we necessarily have a set start time of like, it'll be around this time. I don't know. It's basically like you're going to meet up with some folks at the pub, and you're like, well, yeah, we'll meet up at this time, and people will saunter in kind of within an hour of each other, and at least in this weather, we're not going anywhere, so we can wait around. It's for a hot minute. It's fine. And I don't know if you actually saw the thumbnail that I put up. I have titled today's episode Snow, Shiner, and Lord Starhawk. So
very nice.
We've got the alliteration going, and then we've got the 1 2 syllable 3, or sorry, 1 syllable, 2 syllable, and 3 syllable thing. I've got the snow outside. I've got my Shiner right here, and we've got Lord Starhawk. Wait, just over there. There we go. One of these days, I'll either flip mirror image my damn camera, or I'll remember to point in the correct direction. One of those.
I think the point is that no one really ever knows exactly where I am. I could be there. I could be there.
You've appeared in a number of different locations today. I was curious, what was your background earlier? With the red and the black, which of course is striking and iconic color combination, and it's a big fan for me.
Yes,
a big favorite of mine. I am a big fan. I swear I've only had one of these.
Oh, the background I had before was the Ladies of Grindhouse, specifically from the movie Death Proof by Quentin
I figured
Tarantino.
It might be. It might be. Yes, if you do not follow me on Twitter, you might not have seen that there was an incident earlier today. And no, you saw the picture, Star.
Yes.
of said incident.
Oh,
my super duper official baptism into us 3 blokes. So now I think I've gone from that other bloke to that fucking bloke.
Well, you know, we're gonna immortalize that moment for you in a very commemorative way. So that you can always remember your baptism into us 3 blokes.
Yes, no.
Whether the name shall stay the same remains to be seen.
Yes.
I've always liked, well, and by always I mean for the short period of time that I've known y'all have existed, I've been a fan of the name. It's catchy. It's catchy. I like it.
Ah, well, thank you.
Now, we do have a few random things to talk about today, as well as just kind of generally being chill and goofy. It's really, 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 really cold outside, as I have previously established by complaining about the snow. But that's the reason to be extra chill right now.
Extra chill.
But you know, I want to keep up with tradition, even as progressive and avant-garde of an artiste as I am. Some traditions must be observed, and one of those traditions is the reading of the Party Manifesto. If you've got that doc up,
I do.
feel free to read the orange lines that normally belong to Dr. Zodiac, and
I will do
you
so.
know, you may eventually get kind of a cease and desist letter from one of his minions. But if that happens, you know, you can just send them my way and then give me a heads up. I'll get the booby traps ready, and we'll be ready to go.
It wouldn't be the first time he's sent them after me.
What is a little, you know, inter-minion battling between friends, eh?
You know, that's at the heart of it all. We've all lost some, but it's all about how you fight the battle.
Han says that I should play the party anthem. That's actually, well, I suppose it's not our anthem; it's our theme music at the very beginning. And one of these days, when I actually get this to run through OBS, I'll figure out a way to coordinate everything. Yes. For right now, it's literally just me holding my mic over my laptop. Very, very high tech.
That's some
very high tech. That's how we do it here.
Nice.
You never saw my lack of a cold mount on this old, like probably from the mid 80s tripod that I have, and basically just like fashioning a phone mount from broken pieces from a thing that I have in my car to have my phone up on the dash. And that has like a little kaleidoscope, telescopic. There we go. The telescopic arm on it.
Yep.
And then just a combination of like plastic bags and rubber bands, very precariously set. I think I made a TikTok with that in there.
That actually sounds like a good you know, superhero trap of some sort.
You know that it's filming videos and being a supervillain. There's a lot of crossover skill sets, and I'm not surprised, you know, to find out that filmmakers have been supervillains at one time, or supervillains want to get out of the game, but you know they want to go somewhere where what they already know is going to help them out. Filmmaking apparently is just one of those fields.
I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
All right, on to the Party Manifesto until I learn enough Russian to write us a party anthem. Rule number one. Rule number one. I'm sorry, I started thinking and hearing the Soviet choir in my head.
Yep, I did too. It was a little distracting at first. I almost sat up straighter.
Rule number one. Whenever possible, supervillains must treat others with kindness, civility, and respect. One never knows who they might be addressing and what sort of day they've had.
And number two, hate is hate, and should be directed towards systems wicked and behaviorists most foul, rather than toward individual persons and groups en masse.
Rule number three. Thoughtful deviation drives progress. Embrace your considerate deviance and let it guide you.
Rule number four. Your thoughts are your thoughts and can never be taken from you. Your words said out loud and your actions in the world have consequences. Choose your words and actions wisely.
Number 5, the party will not shun the ignorant, but willful ignorance is a crime of the highest degree, and rehabilitation must either be scheduled or performed on the perpetrator's own time.
And rule number 6, the party, much like Socrates, knows for certain that they know nothing for certain, and reserves the right to refine and amend its manifesto on an ongoing basis.
Mm-hmm. We are no angels. We are supervillains. We are not perfect. We don't know everything, and we make mistakes from time to time. Or if you're like me, once every 25 years, very specific mistakes.
Yeah. I'm going to start referring to. I'm going to start referring to those types of things as hairbrush errors.
Oh my God. So you're just going to remove the word mistakes from your vocabulary,
yes,
and instead call it a hairbrush error?
Yes, a hairbrush error.
You're adding so many seconds onto your life. This just...
You know, it's worth it, I think.
All right. I guess I can't dissuade you.
I think everyone will agree in a few weeks.
Oh God, is this how I'm gonna get memeified? I knew this day would come. I just didn't know that it would be quite so treacherous.
Yes. In fact, I will probably write a few memes to go along with the initial release.
Oh my God.
That way they can start circulating immediately.
Oh my goodness. Well, you remember, you've been here before, Starhawk. You know the general deal. I see, by the way, that you have gone back to your very fancy looking hostage's home. I assume that they have been providing for you very well.
I've been providing for them very well. I do allow them out of the basement occasionally, and I take them food and water and oxygen.
I was going to say, and nothing else. We're just
occasionally helium.
Drifting off. Sorry, what now?
Occasionally helium. Things of that nature. Yes.
I mean, you don't want them to get too down, too depressed. If you break their spirit entirely, there's nothing left to break. And if you have nothing left to break, where's the fun in that? So you give them a little helium every now and again so that they can cry in funny voices.
I've given them a project.
Oh.
Yes. I've started dismantling over my shoulder here. I've started dismantling the piano key by key, and I keep delivering it to them in a little box, piece by piece. And I've invited them to rebuild their piano wherever they'd like.
I mean, they can't say that you're not thinking of them. Like,
no.
That's a lot of time and energy put into that.
Yes, you've got to keep them preoccupied. And
it was a little bit different place than I thought you were going to go with that. I was like, yes, if you ever want to see your piano again, you will wire me $3 million.
Well, I found their safe already, so.
I see that we've got a Richard in the chat as well as a Han. Hey there, Richard. But he says, call me Rick. I didn't know what you wanted to be known here out on the interwebs. I don't like to assume. There are no assumptions made here other than whoever's on screen is in charge. And
that I'm assuming that they know how to put it back together because I'm not including instructions. Okay, sorry.
You've got a shrubbery? Where's the shrubbery coming from, Rick? I'm not like a poison ivy kind of villain. I feel like if I'm a villain, I'm probably more like Dr. Doofenshmirtz on I don't know if you've ever seen Phineas and Ferb, Starhawk on Disney. some of the same folks that were behind a lot of the musical numbers on Family Guy, and a couple of other cartoons, but that one I remember specifically because there's almost a song in there's a song in almost every episode. Phineas and Ferb is basically just about two brothers annoying their big sister unintentionally, and just figuring out what are we going to do today for their, sorry, what does the song say? There are 104 days of summer vacation. And each new episode, they come up with some crazy scheme, building a roller coaster, going back in time, designing a toy that becomes not even an overnight sensation, but like over the course of 2 hours sensation. They have, yeah, Rick, where is Perry? Have you seen him? I haven't seen him. I heard him just not long ago. That's what Perry the Platypus sounds like, by the way. I think I might have possibly lost Starhawk. Was it Perry? Was Perry responsible for this? Or was it Dr. Doofenshmirtz? I don't do a very good Doofenshmirtz. I do a great Perry, but no. Let me find out real quick and see. Yep, he did in fact get kicked out. Let me re-invite him in. There we are.
Whoa.
What just happened here? Did one of your hostages like bang on the ceiling and knock the router over? Is that what happened?
No, I have a feeling that was my FBI agent letting me know he's still outside. You know how that goes.
Is he? What is he offering you? A helicopter, pizza? They always offer pizza. Like, I know it's quick and it's fast and it's delicious and like you'll get your hands greasy, so maybe you'll drop your laser gun, but like
it doesn't generally work that way, guys. You know, it just
know your tricks at this point. You know your tricks.
Yep, they'll never know when to stop.
You missed me.
I did.
Rick was asking, "Where's Perry?" And I did my Perry the Platypus imitation.
Well, that's
it's one of those
fair.
things I can't always do it on command. I do it all the time without thinking about it. Like I'm just wandering around work making noises, and someone will pop around the corner and go, "Perry?"
I will now know this.
I think one time, like I was trying to do a raptor, like a velociraptor, and it just came out as Perry the Platypus, and I've been doing it ever since. Did you do the
little arms thing at the same time?
Oh, you have to if you're gonna be imitating raptors. Like,
okay, yeah.
And then you
never
gotta
comes out right if you don't
hook your claw into whoever you're going after. Like, if you can get it on the edge of their glasses, or like inside their ear, or like if you can hook a nostril, even better.
Yeah.
And of course they'll try to bat you away, but then you just have to go. I don't know why I'm all up on the dinosaurs today. Maybe it's my t-shirt.
Maybe that's it.
I heard. Okay, here's our little like nice current events nugget that I'm gonna start our sandwich off with.
Okay.
Because eventually I'm sure we'll hit on some kind of heavy stuff that brings us down a little bit before we have to bring it back up to the nice things again. An 8-year-old kid, I want to say, called into NPR, or maybe he posted on Twitter. I still haven't actually read the story. I just like know the headline. He called out NPR for their severe lack of dinosaur stories. And I want to say this was on All Things Considered. And speaking of people I do good imitations of, yesterday when I was at work, I was like, yeah, no, I saw that headline. I can just imagine Carol Off calling him on the phone and be like, so can you tell me just what prompted you to ask us about dinosaurs? I'm not doing it as good today as I did yesterday. And it's just the kids saying like, well, you don't have a whole lot of stories about dinosaurs, of course, and you really need to be talking about dinosaurs. Everybody wants to talk about the pandemic all the time. Well, what about the dinosaurs? That's a very good point, Billy. Maybe I don't know what the kid's name is.
Probably.
I love All Things Considered, and I love Carol Off. There are a number of people on NPR, like, just hearing their voices makes me happy. They could be like reading the ingredients off of the back of a box of heavily processed crackers. So, it would go on for a while. And I would just be very happy. Carol Off, Terry Gross from Fresh Air. She's, an obvious choice. Magna Chakrabarty on, I want to say, she hosts On Point. And, yeah, they just have a lot of really good radio voices on that show.
They do.
Speaking of being enjoying performative voices, Han was saying earlier, "Hey, I like this guy. He has a good voice." Except he's from the UK, although I can't exactly remember what region, so I'm not even going to attempt to do an accent to imitate Han, because I don't know what it would sound like, and there are so many glorious, wondrous dialects within the UK.
Well, he must be from Karelia. I mean, isn't he?
Sorry, from Karelia?
Yeah, from Karelia originally.
There is a reference here that I am missing. Explain it to me. Kill the frog.
I was just gonna let that sit and stew for a while. Or
oh, you're a right bastard. You are.
I am. It's part of my name.
Blackguard, villain.
Yes, exactly. I am a man of many hats.
I can't imitate Han's voice. He says, "Someday I will finally hear it." Oh no, you know too much, John. I am honor bound to silence you. I'm so sorry. But don't worry. You won't know when it's coming. The silencing. It'll happen very quickly.
Okay.
And it'll almost be a relief to once it finally happens. Like, you're going to be looking over your shoulder every waking moment, and perhaps even in sleeping moments, for a little while. But like I said, it'll be over soon enough. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure, much to the enjoyment of others, my silencing will not come soon enough.
I am just sharing the link real quick to today's show, because I actually forgot to hit post earlier. So that is a very small, nice tidbit for us to start off with. Like I said, today is going to be pretty chill, kind of just goofing around, which I think we have got a pretty good start on already.
And how?
And how? There is so much snow right now. Like, it's not even really that much snow. We have had a whole lot of snow in the last couple of weeks, but in particular this week, which has kind of made my week just like a little bit miserable. It's just been the utter cold. I know that there is that big Arctic wind just swirling, never ending above a large chunk of the country. Yeah. And it's just like, I'm not going anywhere. I think I'll hang around for a while. Anybody got any beer? Anybody holding? And then what is it? Julia hits back with, "No, I'm not holding. Maybe Arctic wind, you bring me some weed sometime. How about that?"
Wouldn't that be something? You hear a whoosh at the door, you open it up, and just a bag of weed.
I mean, that would be, just the neighborly thing to do. Yeah. If you're going to hang out in the Midwest, you've got to learn to be neighborly. It's just sort of a basic requirement.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, my dog really hates the cold. Doesn't mind the snow very much, but hates the cold. In fact, he gets he loses all hope when he goes outside in the bitter cold. He'll go out, run out, and find somewhere to do his business, and then he'll just look over at me like, I'm gonna die, and then like.
You don't understand. I think I'm frozen to the ground.
Yeah.
If I move, it'll snap. I don't know how much of me will go with it.
He lifts like one paw off the ground and looks at me like, I can't feel this one. And then he'll lift another one off the ground and be like, I can't feel this one.
Feel this one either.
And then some, like once in a while, he'll even just like lay down and look at me like, go on without me. Go on without me.
It's so dark.
Yeah.
The light is going away. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, Dad.
Wheezy, is that you?
Oh no. Is it?
I have to go out and save him.
I mean, I'm sure he's terribly grateful.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know, as he's warmed back up again, oh, thank you. Or I don't know, maybe he's not a jumpy dog.
Oh, he is, but he's gotten a little too used to the shot of whiskey that I give him when he comes back in. So yeah, now he's got other problems.
Oh,
yeah. I don't give my dog liquor. Okay, just to put that out there, just in case.
Just to be clear, nobody takes this out of context. I don't want to see any smart aleck response videos where people are saying, Lord Starhawk gives his dog liquor. What a monster.
Yep.
Oh, this isn't like the not so nice stuff in the middle of the sandwich, but it does remind me of something. I feel some kind of ways about animal videos on the web, you know, in particular pets, people filming their pets doing funny things. And I know that you can get quite a lot of views from having funny pet videos, but sometimes you do actually run into videos where you're like, oh, you're making them do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not cool. On Facebook, notoriously, there have been just like it's a trope at this point. Like it's a meme, it's a dead meme. This meme is deader than cold little Bernie in his mittens on the chair meme. Dead meme.
I like Bernie.
But I know, it's the wrestling memes. I still keep finding new ones and they keep cracking me up. It's Bernie with the steel chair.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. Did I send you guys? Did I send the blokes the mittens of redistribution?
Oh my God!
Page ripped out of a D&D manual.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Okay,
but I need that.
Well, I'm going to send you that.
Yes,
I'm going to send you that. I'm going to send you that, and I'm going to send you the Imgur album of I don't know the artist off the top of my head, but I will put it in the doobly-doo when, you know, I'm not at work most of the time. Obviously I keep saying I'll put it in the show notes or I'll put it in the description down below. I haven't had time to do any of that. I have been listening back to prior episodes just to like try to get the good tidbits so that I can distill it down into highlights videos.
Han's still waiting for, he's like sitting there on the page with your first show going, I'm waiting for the show notes.
F5.
Yeah, F5.
But so we've got the mittens of redistribution, and then you know, in kind of, I assume, in an attempt to kind of take the term back, the term social justice warrior, but also, well, and or to kind of take the mickey out of the people who use it as a derogatory term. say that I'm not a social justice warrior, I'm a social justice mage. So I assume someone somewhere along a while back said something like that, and some artist on Twitter was like, oh yes, give me a few days, I'll be back.
That's
and
awesome.
this whole album is like every D&D class.
Yes.
You know, mostly the classics. I think there are a few more newfangled ones in there. But not only do they have like a little bit of a description with them, there is a little quote from each of them. And
nice.
I can't think of any of them right now, but the bard, you know, basically just has like kind of a casual attitude, like, yeah, no, I say some shit sometimes just to see what people do. And then you know, like you've got, not in Westworld, it might be sharpshooter. I don't know why I can't think of it. What it would be in D&D. Maybe whoever's like the distance fighter.
Oh yeah, ranger.
Like I watch and I wait, and then I focus all of my attention in one shot where I think it will do the most good.
Perfect.
And the whole album gave me a chuckle.
Yes,
so I'll post that and the Mittens of Redistribution, and I'm sure we've got some other ones. It's so sad that social justice warrior, you know, had to go and become, I mean, it's like anything, it can go too far and get to the point of being moralistic and annoying. But also I really appreciate that someone was like, no, hang, I got this. Social justice mage.
I love it
social justice ranger.
When
justice bard.
When creative people just take over and say, I've got it from here. Or just take the wheel.
Mm-hmm. That is actually an excellent thing. It happens all the time on Twitter. There is one artist that I follow. I want to say that they worked on She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Oh.
And they've been doing just like this whole extended Lord of the Rings and Hobbit like mini comic series. And what kind of started it was them just really, really leaning hard into the Frodo and Samwise love, whatever you want to call it.
Romance.
Relationship, ship, romance,
a
romantic friendship. At the very fucking least, it's a romantic friendship. Like, just full stop. I feel like the relationship that is a romantic friendship is so highly underutilized and also under acknowledged, because so many people have them and they exist all across all media for all of time. And it's like, guys, the Greeks got this. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it together.
Yeah. I would
be. There are just certain friendships. Is like, nah, man, this is romantic.
Right.
Like, you guys are never gonna sleep. You guys might never sleep together. You might never be like nesting partners with each other or anything. This is a romantic friendship.
Yes.
You know, that's what it is.
I guess I would equate like the part where they go to see Frodo when he's recovering and they're all hopping around on the bed and stuff. Mm-hmm. Everybody's happy, to the naked Greek wrestling. You know, you're wrestling your buddy. You've got to have something going on there to be able to, you know, confidently naked wrestle with them.
You guys have been through a lot of shit.
You have, you know, and
you have seen both the height of valor and like the deepest, darkest, most awful parts of each other.
Literally
on this long and epic journey.
And while wrestling.
Yes.
Yes, depending on what moves you have. But Yeah, or what submission holds. Sorry. Okay.
Oh,
right.
that was bad, and you should feel bad.
Bringing
that's okay.
it back in, bringing it back in. Okay.
Us three blokes, but which one? We shall never know. Has said in chat, Starhawk doesn't give his dog liquor, but his hostages do. Oh no. Your dog better not be like bringing minor comfort to the hostages. That is not what the animal sidekick is supposed to do.
Well, I wasn't going to bring him into this, but you know, I needed someone to guard them while I was doing this. So
that's fair. That's fair. All
and
right.
Besides that, how does he know what the hostages are giving him? Unless he's one of the hostages.
No! Unacceptable. I will not stand for this, which is good because I'm sitting. Yeah. And that's the world's oldest joke, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Still got a chuckle.
I told you it was going to be a silly day. Now all I can think of is, you know who could have benefited from this whole giving dogs whiskey thing? The pirates who are still trapped in that cell in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
they kept trying to, you know, get him with the old bone, but that's not what he wants.
No,
he wants a shot.
He wants the rum.
He has been guarding these keys for so long. It's been what, 50, 60 years?
Yeah,
I think.
Probably.
Because no, wait, hang on. I can do math. Because Pirates of the Caribbean came about in like in the 70s, didn't it?
Wait.
If not earlier. Not the movie. Not the movie. Sorry, I should get the ride. The
okay, yeah.
Like, the theme park attraction, Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're jumping around in time again.
Have you ever been to Disneyland, Disney World?
I've been to the one in Florida, and I don't remember the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
I don't know how that's possible.
I don't think I was on it. I think I hung around in that Haunted Mansion a lot.
The Haunted Mansion is really cool.
Yeah,
it's got a great. Now, Pirates of the Caribbean has a song too, but the song in the Haunted Mansion is it's pretty banging, and the like cool holographic ghosts that appear at some point during the ride, just in case it is ever a possibility for people again. I know people are still going now, but most of us are not. And but just in case anybody ever does go, there is a point, I won't tell you when holographic ghosts and ghouls get pretty close, up close and personal with the riders.
Yeah. And you know, and that was a little okay, so that was an embarrassing kind of situation for me because I spent so much time in that Haunted Mansion. I finally left it when they said for the third time, sir, you're not supposed to be in this area, and shuffled me quickly out. I was jumping out and scaring people just before the holograms were. So
even then, a villain.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to move along to a different ride.
Did you have a favorite ride at Disney World?
It was that one.
It was that one. Yeah. I wouldn't have risked getting kicked out on anything less than my favorite ride. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Space Mountain. What are you going to do in Space Mountain? Like chase the cars? I don't know. Yeah. no, I really liked that ride. It was a good drop, and at the time the tech was really awesome, and you know, so but I guess they've improved it. Even they've been building on it ever since, making it more and more believable. And I'm just waiting until they actually capture some ghosts and put them in there. You come out looking like that dude in Poltergeist with the big bite out of his side. It's real, man. It's real.
If Disney does not already own the rights to Ghostbusters, I'm sure they will eventually. And then maybe with that, they can get the technology necessary.
Yes.
Or who knows? Maybe the Imagineers are already working on this. They're hard at work on creating this technology or cracking the technology because they have already stolen it from someone else. Disney is the real villain in this world.
But they brought us the Mandalorian, so
which I will actually watch someday instead of just pieces of episodes that reveal everything before I've actually watched it. I don't know how I managed to go down there when Jay is watching. Just it's never like just random cantina scene or anything. It's never just kind of a drive by past this or that junk looter bit. It's always a very, very key part to the story.
Yep.
And I'm like, I saw nothing. I'll forget about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll still enjoy the ramp up to those scenes.
I think I look forward to watching it. I don't know when I will actually get to watching it. I think I want to rewatch all of Clone Wars and Rebels, because I actually have not seen all of Rebels, but I have seen all of Clone Wars.
I'm still working on those too. So yeah, I'm still working on those as well.
But I think after I watch those and a couple other things, then I'll move on to Mandalorian. I don't know. There are very few things that I watch at the time that they are like immediately released.
Yeah.
And I suppose part of that is because I don't have cable, and I don't watch a whole lot of shows that like people I interact with on in my daily life are also simultaneously watching. For shows like that are on Netflix, that are usually dropped in chunks. Those ones we're all just kind of watching anyway, and we double check, like, have you gotten past this part yet? Or all right, well, we can talk again when you get past that part, because there's no way I'm going to be able to keep this under my hat.
Right.
The last show that was like current, that was being released episode by episode on a weekly basis, that I was watching with someone, or if not watching in the same room with them, then like watching separately and then reconverging, like, okay, did you watch it? Yes. Did you watch it? Yes. Okay, discuss.
Right.
Was Harlots on Hulu. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked in a little while, and if I looked now again, it would just make me sad, because I'm sure that production on that has like officially ended, which makes me really sad, because God, I love a costume drama. God, I love a costume drama. Take me back to anytime 1940s or earlier, and I am so here for it. But especially things that are, we'll say late 18th century, all the way back to like early 17th century. anytime in between there, well, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a drama, like in the classic sense. I definitely think Harlots could be counted as a drama, but it was so funny. It was so funny, and it talked about a lot of different things, both that were relevant historically, but also kind of in a parallel with our contemporary world. And then I wasn't ever watching this with anybody. I know for a lot of people, it was just like a little too depressing to watch. Was Handmaid's Tale.
Oh,
and
okay. Yep.
I totally understand that feeling. For someone who like is as empathic as I am, you would think that I would have a harder time watching things that are that deep, dark, serious, and like disturbing. Things that are displaying a lot of violence against women. A lot of people assume that like that would be damaging for me to watch. Most of the time it's not. Up to a certain point, like I think I got through maybe like 8 or 9 seasons of Law and Order SVU 2 or 3 years ago before I finally had to go, I think I actually do need a break.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
I do
tough
actually need a break. This is awful.
Yeah, that's a tough one to sit through for a long time.
Yeah. Well, and it's also tough. We talked about this. I want to say last week, or maybe the week prior. Maybe it was in one of the film review blokes. I really shouldn't be allowed to watch videos of myself. I'm searching for things to use in other stuff, but then they all just start to run together.
Yeah.
Whatever I was talking about it, but I feel like you were there for it. Talking about pieces of work that span a long amount of time, like 4 or more years. Just fucking everything can change. Not only the society in which that is being made, but just what's going on personally with the writing team, and or if it's like a singular creator, because what I'm thinking of in particular, I was talking about webcomics, when it's just a singular creator.
Yeah,
Things
that's
can
right.
change in their own life. Their views on things can evolve. They
Right.
can suddenly go say, who goes and looks back at I bonked my mic. I'm not the only one who goes back and looks at my own work, so that I can improve for future stuff, pull for future things.
Right.
They do it too, because they specifically take the time to make commentary on their own past work within the currently running work.
Yeah. Oh gosh, there's a
think-
comic series called Knights of the Dinner Table by Jolly Blackburn, and it's been going for so long, and it has that kind of vibe too, that where you can see an evolution taking place and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, I would love to do just like take an entire week and watch all of Tarantino's movies, and not just look for little references that he makes, like little pieces that will show up in all of his films. That's just kind of like a tip of the hat, a wink and a nudge. Say, hey, remember that other thing?
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of curious, because he's been making movies for 20-ish, 30-ish years now. I can't remember what's I can't think of the name of it. The one where like it's a love story, and it might just be called like Hollywood Love Story, something like that. It has a very kill me. It's I'm gonna have to look it up. If I don't, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm looking it up right now.
One of the blokes would know this for sure. I'm
going to lose my mind because like the kind of earlier work that most people think of as Pulp Fiction, and that was 94. I know. Yeah. Come on back here. I'll recognize it if I see the word Reservoir Dogs. True Romance.
True Romance.
True Romance. 1993. So yeah, 30-ish years he's been making movies. I am curious to see if in his recent works, because in all his more recent works, like Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight and what's the other one I'm thinking of? Inglourious Bastards. All of those I feel like I watched with just like I'm ready to go to the movies and I'm ready to watch the thing. Like yeah. I don't think I ever go into a Tarantino movie thinking like I'm ready to take notes and like think about it critically. I'm just there to enjoy a movie. His movies are just very sit down and watchable. Yeah. And I think part of that is because he has such a skill for writing dialogue. Even though I've heard people say no one swears that much in real life, and I'm like, I mean, this whole even when I go through stints where I don't swear as much as I do right now, because it happens every now and again. I don't know. It all seems very typical, even though it is a kind of heightened language with a lot of repetition happening, back and forth between people and like repeating of phrases within that same stretch of conversation. He holds that line of tension very nicely. Right. But sorry, I got a little caught up in my Tarantino fan squeeing there. But I would like to go back and watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Hateful Eight, Django Unchained, and Inglourious Bastards. And I would kind of like to watch it with the idea in mind. Does he ever look back on any of the filmmaking choices that he's made, or kind of any of the mindsets he's had in previous films, and through his continued works, does he ever comment on that? Like has he ever changed his mind of the way that he views something? Obviously a big theme for pretty much everything he's ever made is that we are just as a society kind of numb to violence, however extreme it is. And yeah, I'm like starting to give away some of the good stuff that I'm going to give in the actual review we do of Death Proof.
Yeah, but no, I see what you mean, and I know I've got a lot of thoughts pinging right now that I dare not say. We have to save it for the review. But, yes, but no, I get what you're saying, and yes, that would be a worthwhile undertaking, most definitely.
It's going to be really difficult though to just like sit there and view it all very academically. I'm like, it's really hard not to just like sit down in front of it and just get super sucked in and just be having a good time.
Yeah, I found that it was very difficult for me watching Death Proof to do that, but I did. I would, go back, look at something again that I thought I saw, and just wanted to verify that I saw it so that I could make note of that when we're talking
I did
about it,
I did
stuff
the
like
same
that.
thing. And this was my first time watching it, so I don't know. After a few times of doing that, I sort of had this thought like, am I cheating? Should I be watching this as though like I'm watching it in the movie theater and I can't pause it? Like
That's what I say is like
if I miss something, too late. I missed it. I gotta go and pay for another ticket and watch it again.
Right. Yeah, it's like I that's what I always try to do when a movie's suggested that I've never seen before, is I try to watch it all the way through once, just as if I was sitting in the movie theater, and then I'll usually watch it again before we do our show, just so I can analyze it a little bit, and maybe I change my mind about my feelings on movies quite a bit over the number of times that I watch it, and then. Even so, after we do our show and we all talk about it and I hear everybody else's take, again, I'll go watch it again almost always. And again, watch it with that kind of new perspective that I've gained from everybody else on that it's talked about it. So
I was just, as you kind of said that, this is a complete 180 from Tarantino, but Frozen. The first time I ever saw...
to build a snowman? We could today.
No, I wouldn't. It's okay, Elsa. No one liked me anyway. Please take my carrot and build a new snowman. Oh dear Lord in heaven.
All right.
So the first time I ever saw Frozen in the theater, from the very beginning, I was super, super irritated with Anna. And I came to realize later that was very unfair of me. But the whole movie, I'm just fuck you, Anna. You don't know what else is going through, and you're just flamming around all like there's no big deal about anything. You don't know. I started liking Anna better as I watched it a few more times. Still don't like the trolls.
I have a secret. I've never seen Frozen.
What?
I've never seen Frozen.
No,
I've only seen the songs and the videos and stuff like that.
That's my 1 bit of Spanish that I know, by the way. No puede cuerlo.
What kind of supervillain am I anyway?
You've got to know what people believe in the best of times so that you can destroy it. You have to know what drives Elsa forward to not quit so that you can figure out how to break her spirit. Please don't break Elsa's spirit.
Well, now you've challenged me.
She finally got a girlfriend. Like, don't ruin this.
You challenged me now, though.
No. Don't take this as a challenge. God damn it. Okay, new topic. Where are my notes? Problem is that there are no notes for this week, really. I didn't have time for fuck all. Part of the reason I hate winter so much is that it just takes so long just to get out the door. And look, I have OCD and ADHD and like crippling anxiety some days, but mostly it's the OCD and the ADD or the ADHD, I think. It takes me a long time to get out the door anyway. I have to check 1,300 times. Do I have my phone? Do I have my keys? Do I have my wallet? Yes. Fuck, I forgot my lunch. Hang on. Okay, I'm back out in the car. All right. I got my phone. I got my keys. I got my wallet. I got my lunch. Okay. Fuck, I don't have this other thing I have to do. All right. I'm back. All right. I got my phone, got my keys, got my wallet, where'd my lunch go?
I go through an audible checklist every time I leave the house, and I'll do it 2 or 3 times. And then before I can get out of my car, I have to go through the checklist, and I have to like bang on my keys, and I have to check to see if I have my wallet. And then I stand outside my door for like 3 or 4 seconds, just looking at the car to see if I've forgotten anything. And then I'll bang my keys one more time before I slam the door.
Just in case.
Just in case. People have told me that when I'm getting out of a car, I resemble a Call of Duty soldier while he's not doing anything, just standing there going, checking all of his shit.
You're just going through your idle motions. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. And that's something I always thought about, is that everybody should have a film clip of their idle motions, because if you ever go missing, it's important that police see you in your natural situation, like when you're just standing there, like waiting in line, or
you can't look at a posed photograph. That's not the same thing.
No, I it has to be video, because they have to see how your idle stuff, so that they know what you look like when you're just standing there, like looking around or checking yourself, or other things that you don't think people see you doing. What was the topic?
Well, I think I was saying I hate winter because it takes a long time to leave the house. It takes even longer for me to leave the house when it's cold outside. Because like obviously -2 is shit that anyone should be bundling up for. But I run especially cold. Or rather, I do not retain heat well. My feet and hands are basically ice packs that have just been shaved and like sprinkled with dye to look like hands. They're not.
So you're like an ice sculpture.
Yes, Elsa made
Very
me.
Cool. I'm just the opposite. I radiate heat like some kind of who knows what. But yeah, I can never cool down, almost like in summer. So I hear what you're saying, but in summer I can get out the door quite quickly, but it's the getting back in the house. I'm like dragging myself back into the house, dying. Water.
I'm so sorry. I am listening.
Are you invisible?
No, I can't.
Okay.
What? You said, but in summer, and Dan will get this if he has seen Frozen. All I could suddenly do is say, but in summer, I'll finally know what it's like. In summer. Which you don't get because you haven't seen it. Yeah, I don't know if you
had seen Frozen. I could have broken into that, but I didn't.
It's a song the snowman sings.
Okay. I just have such a hard time getting back in the house because I'm like, half dead.
Yeah.
I'll sweat, 65 degrees and I'm sweating because I've got this hyperactive hamster and he just runs on that wheel constantly. Yeah. He's like a little rocket man in there, and so I generate heat.
He's burned out of his fuse all in his own self.
Miser.
Now we're just mixing songs.
Yep.
Well, I'm Mr. White Christmas, so
I'm too much. Sorry.
Great, and
I'm the rails.
You. I mean, with this whole episode is off the rails. Twice this week, I have like gotten to a fearful point for my because my toes is frozes. Supposes Moses. And the first bit the other night, my coworker's car would not start.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I'm not leaving, so we're gonna try to start your car. And we're trying to do it in the dark because it was like, I don't know, 8 at night. And trying to do this with bulky gloves because I wear a pair of cashmere lined ice toners and then a big bulky pair of those mittens that are like fingerless gloves until you flip the thing over.
Yeah, Bernie's.
Yeah, Bernie's.
Pair of Bernie's.
The mittens of redistribution. I actually own a pair.
Yes.
But trying to like get everything to work, that and the car that we were trying to jump was a Hyundai, and so little bitty thing. My jump start clamps are just like too large and bulky, and there's too much space in between the teeth. I'm trying to like do this on the side. Now we're back to Raptors again. So the teeth. There's too much space between the teeth. Oh my god. There's too much space between the teeth, and I just can't get a fucking grip on the bit that I need to get to on her battery. And we had to try multiple times because eventually we would just get so cold we could not feel our fingers and toes. We're like, all right, we gotta shut the hoods, and we're gonna go back inside for a few minutes. And I had to take out the heat gun that I use to, try to bend plastic back into shape and to melt labels off. No, not a heat ray, a heat gun.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My brain goes to heat ray.
Don't worry. I'm not going to take away your heat gun or your heat gun, heat ray idea.
Heat ray. Yes.
You can still make it to the trademark office with it. What is it? Where did Albert Einstein work? Patent office. There we go. Like no. Trademark office. The office where they sell the trademarks. The patent office. Come on, Kat. I'm so tired. I'm so tired and I'm so cold. We never did get her car started, but shit. I eventually just said, look, this isn't happening tonight. I'm just taking you home. I'm taking you home. And like I've got my two, they're really just packing blankets that I use for moving stuff, but I was using them as emergency blankets. I'm like, here, put this over you in the car, blasting the heat, butt warmers on, like put up, scarf around, and my medical mask over my mouth, in addition to my snow. I don't know what to call it. Snow gaiter instead of a wind gaiter, a snow gaiter. Basically, just the half piece. But it has like a molded face part. The nose of it is cut out so that you can breathe out through your nose, and then it has like a little tiny vent over here. Granted, that's supposed to be wearing in the cold to keep your nose and your cheeks and your lips out of the wind
from getting frostbitten.
But then yes, very important. But that's what was like getting me so freaking out, just like being so cold so suddenly. I think right now it's supposed to be like if you're out for 20 minutes or potentially even less, you run the risk of getting frostbite. And it's been a while since I've had just kind of that like knee-jerk reaction fear to the cold. Oh my god, I tell you what, if I do end up getting some kind of coding job, and I'm able to work from home for most of the year, when it gets like this, I'm leaving. I'm leaving until the cold front blows through. I'm going to San Francisco, and yes, I will have to wear 3 layers and peel them off and put them all back on throughout the day. It will be better than this shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it just me, or does everybody carry around a little bottle of formaldehyde in their car, in case
Just
they
in
snap
case
off a
they-
toe or something?
Mm-mm.
I am always
It's
afraid
safer?
and aware of, huh? Well,
I said, I was like, that could be a good idea. I don't know.
you know,
Never heard of that.
okay, then maybe it is just me. I just have it, you know, because I too fear the frostbite, and you know, I'm not afraid of losing a toe, but I just don't want to lose the toe. You know, I want to be able to at least keep it. So you know, you got to have that little bottle of formaldehyde with you.
I guess that makes it. I suppose it's a little bit different than like taking your knocked out tooth and putting it in milk until you get to the emergency dentist. But I imagine it's the same basic idea.
Putting it in milk?
Yeah. Have you never heard that?
Hmm.
Come on, I've never even gotten into any kind of fist fight before, and I know that. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Not that I've ever been charged. I've never been charged for getting into a fist fight.
Because you use your psychic ability to
Because
control
I'm
other
smart.
people's fists to hit people. That's why. Oh, I wasn't supposed
I have been known to wear the hypnotist's monocle.
Oh,
Some people use the watch. I use the monocle.
gotcha. Perfect.
Villain.
Right.
Oh my god.
I feel like
I
we're revealing too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting all kinds of interesting tidbits here, and I did manage to hit the go live button this week.
Oh, that's good.
Without having to do a double take and like, wait, did I turn it on? Ah, no, I didn't.
Oh yeah, you know, and
It's scheduled up in the corner. Why doesn't it? Oh no. It didn't happen this week.
And you know, I'm not so used to being live, so I say things that I would normally assume would get edited out. So I have to remember live, no takebacks.
It's true.
Yeah.
I once I mentioned the name of the movie, I was like, oh no, is Dan gonna beat me? Is that supposed to tell?
No, that's okay. Oh no,
okay.
We like it when people know what we're gonna do, but yeah, I would have left the whole formaldehyde thing out, I think. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep that in the highlights video.
It sits right next to the ether jar.
Well, I mean, you've got to keep all of your kind of arcane fluids in jars together, as long as you don't mix them up.
Arcane
don't mix them up.
Fluids. No, you could get a boom.
You don't want a boom. That, and you could also be trying to put somebody to sleep and instead put someone to death.
Yes, embalm them.
Oh no, I embalmed your lips. all I was trying to do was capture you so that I could take you back to my lair.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well,
kids,
now that makes me think of.
Don't capture people and take them back to your lairs.
That makes me think of Ice King.
Permission slips from their parents.
I just wanted her to like me.
Who was that?
Oh, it was a very bad impression of the Ice King.
Okay, I got like a little bit of Mark Hamill Joker in there, so now I kind of want like a Simon Joker crossover. Is that a thing? Can I have that?
Wow, that's weird. Yeah, no,
I can't remember. Are you up on Adventure Time? That's a happy.
I am. I'm a few seasons short. I kind of watched there was a list of must see episodes before you watched the Distant Lands stuff. So I watched those, and then I watched Distant Lands. But I really need to go back and then watch all of them. Was that a growl? Did I hear a growl?
I was going to hit.
That's what I thought.
And then you said, I gotta go back and watch those. And I went,
I got a chill. I thought I was in danger there for a moment.
No. I'm pretty sure those were just like Ludo growls.
Oh, okay. All right. Ludo
Like
growl.
from Labyrinth.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
No.
Who doesn't like Ludo? Smell bad.
Smell bad. Oh, it does smell bad. Jay was watching The Rocketeer the other day, I think it's called. I've never seen it in its entirety, but Jennifer Connelly is in it, which is surprising. Like, I've seen practically everything Jennifer Connelly has ever been in, so how have I not seen that? And the aesthetic of it is very much in line with my brain. So, ¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no? Sorry, I lied earlier. I guess I do have a little bit more Spanish. Although it's always negatives, though. It's like, why not? And I can't believe it. And I do not speak Spanish.
Well, at least
I know how to say that in just about every language. I do not speak insert language here.
You know how to say I don't speak Spanish in every language?
Remind me what state you're in again so that I can start planning my revenge mission. I've got to start budgeting it out. So if you could just like give me a general tri-state area sort of thing.
What was it? I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
Don't worry, I won't come for you until after we're mostly out of the pandemic.
And the snow.
If it ever happened.
If I can just keep this winter going a few more months, I might be able to get out in safety.
No, I will not accept this brand of supervillainy. You will not bring on the next ice age. I will not have it. No. I'm going to get Twitter emojis on here. I just will not have it. No.
Okay. All right.
I can't freaking deal. It's so cold. Like, I know I'm wearing a t-shirt that's mostly just because all of my hoodies and my shawls and everything are kind of awkward to maneuver around. And if you haven't noticed, I'm a very gestural person. It's because I'm very Italian.
Yes. Okay.
I'm actually not very Italian. I'm mostly Irish and French.
Okay. All part of the subterfuge. I get you.
Which I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw any of last week's episode where I talked about "fuck these Nazis, Frank," but we were talking. We got started talking about our ethnic background, and he was saying something along the lines of like, "Yeah, French. I could see that. That would be very good for your thespian adventures."
Sure.
I'm like, Frank, you're great. Please just stay here forever. He reminded me a lot of my granddad too. Not just with the, okay, once he finally got sat down with his cane. It's hell to get old. And I'm like, ain't that the truth? Obviously, I am, 50 or 60 years your junior, but I'm already started down that path, and there's no going back. So
I can't wait to use those cliche old person lines.
Yeah, it's hell to get old.
It's hell getting old. Everything I bought was a nickel. I can't wait. And then just kind of
kids today.
Yeah, giggle if they take me seriously, With your federal minimum wage of
$12 an hour. Back in my day, it was $7.25.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is now. 7.25.
Yeah. Back in my day, they paid us in bread crust.
Man, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
You guys had bread? We don't even have bread anymore. You know what we have? Hey, Starhawk, do you know what we have instead of bread?
What? What do you have instead of bread?
We have cake.
Cake. Oh.
Please feel free to groan for the next 3 minutes while I run downstairs and grab my Marie Antoinette wig. I know there is no proof that she ever said that, but still.
No, but we get the idea. And cake. Oh, I would love to have had cake. Cake. We had flour that was dipped in mud and then stirred with salt. That's what we had. We ate that on our porch.
See, we have something like that too, but it's actually artisanal. It's dark chocolate cake with sea salt sprinkled on top. It's kind of a play on the salty and the sweet, the mixture of the taste, so you can get the whole palate involved. I'm sorry. I am like the most hipster, and yet I am terrible at trying to imitate a hipster. like look at me. I'm 32 years old and I'm wearing pigtails, and I'm wearing a t-shirt with a Tyrannosaurus Rex on it. What else is hipster? Oh, and I have weird cartoons on pillowcases in my house instead of having Offspring.
Is that Cookie Cat?
Yeah, it's Cookie Cat. He's the pet for your tummy.
I love Cookie Cat.
I got those ages ago. If anyone from Cartoon Network is watching, please don't turn me in. Those may or may not be official merchandise. I honestly don't remember. I do. Steven Universe is one of my favorite shows in the entire world, and so as much as possible, I try to purchase things that are, directly going to benefit the showrunners, and hopefully give some residuals to the voice actors as well.
Yes.
But I love those pillowcases.
They are very nice.
I definitely almost called them suitcases.
Wow, and you haven't even heard
didn't have to reveal it, but
no.
Nope. But yes, that is Cookie Cat. My nephews, I don't know that they watch Steven Universe quite as much as I do. I think it might be one of those cartoons that their parents are kind of like, I mean, maybe how about maybe watch something different? It may be too gay for them. Like, their parents are not explicitly homophobic as far as I'm aware. At least my sibling, which is the half of their parents, I've never gotten that sort of vibe from. But every time the kids come around, they're like, "Do Cookie Cat." Cookie Cat? Who's Cookie Cat? Do Cookie Cat. I'm like, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's kind of late, and I'm tired. Oh, Cookie Cat! He's a present treat with another taste. I get so excited. I love to do the Cookie Cat rap.
We'll have to get you to do that sometime on the show. The whole thing.
The Cookie Cat rap?
Like an absolute performance of it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'll do it.
Do you have a cheeseburger backpack?
No, it's like the one thing of Steven's.
So you have to have a cheeseburger backpack on.
Cheeseburger backpack. Cheeseburger backpack. Cheeseburger backpack. Cheeseburger backpack. I have been wanting a cheeseburger backpack for the last 6 or 7 years, because I remember when I first found it online, and I went, I need it. Speaking of dead memes, the SpongeBob trying to resist water in Sandy's dome, but I need it. I need the cheeseburger backpack. I need the jacket that he wears, the Letterman jacket, in Steven Universe Future. What else do I need? I don't know. I need all the things. I've got ADHD. I'm a hoarder by nature. So I collect all of the things because they make me happy.
And that's what it's all about, is collecting the things that make you happy.
Yes, whether those things are vinyl figurines or commemorative clothing or, you know, hostages that you have miniaturized and put into mason jars. But don't worry, I punched holes in the top of the lid so that they can still breathe. But not holes that are so big that they could yell really loud and alert someone who's in my house to their presence, because that's just not good villaining. What was I saying? Hi.
Wait, we're supposed to poke holes in the tops?
I mean, yeah, at that point, if you don't do that, they're not hostages anymore. Star! Wait and don't use a pencil. It doesn't work. I've tried.
No, I was going to use my knife.
Well, don't do that. Gotta use a hole punch.
See, and this is why I normally keep my hostages full size.
I mean, there is some advantage to that. If you know a little bit of rope work, if you've got some duct tape on hand, duct tape is so very, very, very handy dandy.
Yeah.
Somewhere we were talking earlier about that one of those first films that I ever made. I'm pretty sure somewhere on the DVD that I burned of one of them, there is like a tiny little commercial for duct tape. And the jingle for it, what was the jingle for it? I think it was just something like super simple. Like, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape fixes everything. Ping!
Nice.
It was back in the day where like everybody was making duct tape wallets and, duct tape jewelry and duct tape furniture. Duct tape was very big in the early aughts.
Yes. They were the GameStop of ye old times.
We didn't even have GameStop back in my day. We didn't have GameStop. We had gamers.
You had gamers? Back in my day, it was Babbage's.
Are Babbage's anything like cabbages? Oh no, we couldn't afford cabbages. No,
yeah,
not.
Soup
cabbages were something for the rich.
Yeah, it was rocks and soup and mud for flavor
and salt.
And
mud
salt.
That was rolled in mud. It was dipped in mud and rolled in salt.
Yes, and it wasn't normal salt. It was the salt that was distilled off the bodies of sweaty seamen.
Seaman,
but many of them. Just to clarify.
Oh,
no seamen.
This has nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with anything. But I kind of want to bring it up sometime. Just for kind of like a random game live stream. I've already played through it a couple of times, but it has different storylines that you can encounter. Have you ever heard of or played Burly Men at Sea?
No.
It's very, very cute. It's
Burly Men
like
at Sea.
Burly Men at Sea. It's kind of a 2D side scroller. It's an indie game, I'm pretty sure. The art of it is very minimalistic. There's no hard lines on anything. It has kind of a paper craft sort of look to it.
Oh.
And the music to it is like there's multiple different tracks and things. I'm glad that I purchased the version of the game that included the soundtrack with it. I think it's almost entirely a cappella and like just by mouth Foley. Like, you've got like a whale at one point, spouting out the top of its head, and you can hear someone going.
I am familiar with mouth Foley. There is an old film that I made in high school where I mouth Foleyed the sound of a a fishing rod. You see him go like that, and then you hear. Yeah, exactly.
Bloop.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got one. It's a big one. Hun is mentioning a game in chat called GRIS. Gris. I saw it, and at first I was like, Grizz? What about Grizz? Are we talking about We Bare Bears? I just found out that seasons 3 and 4 are on Netflix. There must be some kind of like rights issue deal happening there, because the first 2 seasons are on Hulu, but the second 2 seasons are on Netflix. And I'm so happy because we got all the way through season 2, and I was like, oh, there's no more. That's sad. It was a really fun show. Season 3? What is the what? So
cool.
excited.
I have not seen that, but
yeah, if you are on the PlayStation, look up Brilliant Minute C sometime. It's very relaxing. It's relatively quiet if you have to worry about keeping the sound down. If you're not playing on headset, and there's kind of a nifty little surprise at the end of like each iteration that you go through.
Nice.
It's a little bit difficult. From what I recall, I feel like it took me a minute to figure out. Oh no, I'm gonna yawn. Ah!
Oh, and
I'm so sorry. I'm back. I'm back. I feel like it took me a second to actually find this extra little tidbit. I'm pretty sure I've still got the video public if you ever want to go watch it, and just kind of like hop around, because it goes for a while. But it's a neat little game. It's very pretty. It's very calm and soothing. I like games like that. Little indie games that are very pretty to look at, very pretty to listen to. Have like a little bit of a story with it, but is just kind of, I don't know. It's floaty. It has a touch of whimsy to it.
There's a game that reminds me of what you're describing there. It takes place in a desert, and you're this little dude or something, and you just kind of move through the desert, and it's very calming. And what's it called?
I don't know a desert one.
It's very.
Is it like
ethereal.
an environment manipulation type game? Like, oh no, I can't think of it now. Where you got like an island civilization happening.
No.
Breath, wind. It has like a monosyllabic title. Seed. I can't exactly remember. Oh, you've got something.
What?
Fancy. There is an invader in my lair, and they have what looks to be a delicious beverage. Do you remember what game I'm thinking of? The one that's you're kind of like building up, knocking down the island, and no, nothing. God.
Populous?
No, it's
That's an
recent.
ancient game from
No. It was something that we played at the apartment. Yeah, and you had like your little island clan. I want to say the opening of it was like the gods have, parted the seas enough for you to begin to flourish. Wow, I can't remember anything today.
Huh.
It's fine.
I can't remember the name of mine either.
I'll find it later, and I'll put it in the doobly-doo.
Yeah.
But
where everything goes.
Whatever that game is, Brilliant Minute C, Flow is a big one. But that's when I talk about ancient history. That's ancient history by Flow. Yeah, it was.
Is it about that insurance lady?
No. It's again, a super visually minimalistic game. You start off as just like this single cell sea creature,
Spore.
and you're just kind of going through these levels of ocean, and you kind of like chomp, chomp,
Spore.
chomp. What?
Isn't it called Spore?
No, it's called Flow. There might be another game called Spore that has a similar premise, but
Oh.
but Flow is what I'm thinking of, where everything is like geometric shapes, like it's just all circles
Okay.
and bits of lines. And once you get to like the very, or if you get to as you grow bigger and you grow more appendages, or you turn, like you kind of evolve into a different sort of creature that moves differently, you kind of get a little bit slower and less maneuverable. And so if you get chomped down too many times, you get knocked back up to the previous level, and then it'll just keep happening until you're that one little single cell organism again.
Played this. I feel like I've played this.
At the very end, like what you end up being is just like this big, super long, dragony looking motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah, sea dragon.
This.
It was someone's like thesis project. I don't remember what school it was for, and it started online, like that you could play on PC, but then it was popular enough that they got approached to make a version for the, what would it have been? I want to say it would have been for the PS3. Because that would have been like 2007, 2008.
Maybe that's
thereabouts.
Maybe that's where I've played it. It's possible that I have it for the game system. But that sounds really familiar.
I'm reaching for the tasty looking beverage.
Wow.
Ooh. I'm gonna shut off.
Wow. That looks yummy.
Yes. No, I'm not even gonna try and guess what's in here. I'm stuffed up. I can't smell anything.
Uh-oh.
She's got the Rona.
What does it taste like?
A little bit sweet, a little bit creamy. Detecting some herbal notes. I have no idea. What's in it? Tell me.
A little bit of rye.
A little bit of rye.
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Orgeat.
Well, orgeat.
Orgeat. Sorry.
Orgeat. Orgeat.
Orgeat. I'm going to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's orgeat. That's all right.
Hey, if Alzuri says orgeat, I'm gonna believe him. No, it's not it. It's not it. Okay, whatever the almond stuff is.
Egg white.
Egg white.
I think I still think
of course, because it's fluffy.
And full ounce of Angostura bitters.
How much Angostura?
Full ounce of Angostura bitters.
That's a lot of bitters.
That's a Trinidad sour right there.
I mean, it's good. So Trinidad sour then. What?
Ching.
What? I believe. Oh, this is from that Yeti Brewing pack I got for Christmas, right?
I assume so.
Did you like any of those?
The first one I did, and the second one wasn't bad. I think the third one's still in there.
The third beer's still in there. The third beer. There are all kinds of things we're saying today that sound like band names. The third beer. I can't remember what when Dan said earlier. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to remember. There was another game on the PS3 that I played all the time besides Flow. It was called. It was a spin-off of one from the PlayStation handheld console that was big back in the day there. But the PS3 game was called Loco Roco Coco Recho. And there's just these little yellow bouncing cherries that you could maneuver with the PlayStation camera. And you could kind of like bump them up, push them over. And they kind of like, as soon as you found a way to get into sections of the map that contained more of these little guys, you would all kind of merge into one thing, and then just blomp, blomp, blomp. And all the while, with, you know, the happy cherry music in the background going on,
That sounds pretty comforting as well.
Yes, I haven't been able to find it. I'm sorry, I got distracted. The Google Chromecast is putting images up on the TV, and right now it's a corgi smelling a flower in the field. This is delicious, thank you. You may retrieve it now. Before I drink it all. And I will switch to water to be a good kid. Because I think we'll probably begin to wrap up here. Because it's about dinner time.
Yeah.
And, oh, did I see Xerxes pop in the chat there?
Who?
Methinks I did. Oh, and Media's here. Oh my God. Media and Han and Xerxes are all longtime sufferers on my Discord. And friend, they were the ones to name Ghost Mustache Patrick Swayze over here. It's and they're just continuing to arrive. It's been ages, my dears. We still, you know, talk here and there in the Discord, but to see them on a live thing, we haven't done that in a couple of years, because that was back when Molly Oblivion and I were doing our podcast, Can We Keep It? And my goodness, that was several lifetimes ago, wasn't it? I'm gonna catch up just to go back in here. Yes, I do occasionally look at chat, Han. So I will look up whatever that game is, GRIS. I have no idea what it is, but I will find out. And then Media's here. Oh my gosh. He says greetings. You enjoy the pigtails today. If you haven't seen it on Twitter, Media, I'll post it in the Discord later. There was an incident. There was an incident with a round brush. It's been a while since I have had this much hair.
Almost had a lot less.
This lycanthropic mess here. And I just don't know how do what make. And I, long story short, got myself stuck right before I was supposed to go and do a review. God dang it. So we had to.
I have a picture.
Well, yes, you can. I posted it on Twitter so that it can't be used against me as blackmail.
Damn it. Oh man, take it back out of her file. Purge it from their file. It's not useful anymore. Just get rid of it. Yeah.
Thank you for the correction. Yeah, it was a thing. I eventually wriggled my way out of it. I'll just leave the one in there. That's very trendy.
Yeah, like in Napoleon Dynamite.
I'm trying to think. I thought you had suddenly were sporting a second pair of glasses, but no, it's your ring light. That's what it is. I'm like, what is happening? Is this something with the green screening feature?
I'm still working on my goofy setup.
Let's see. Hun says Trinidad sours go well with a slice of bread and butter pudding. I mean, I'll believe you if you say so. Even if it doesn't, it would be an interesting thing to try. Oh no!
Liberty Spikes.
Revealing ever more of
King,
the.
King Xerxes says Liberty Spikes is always an option.
Ghost.
Liberty spikes. What are the... Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think... Even though for a while I did have... I called it a flop hawk because I never wore it up. But like I had, you know, my sides were all totally shaved and I had hair from, you know, the nape of my neck all the way to the crown of my head. But I don't think I ever did any styles that was just like... What I typically did when I knew how to use a round brush would be like to roll everything back into a pompadour, or just let everything fall to the side and be crazy. Cersei said, "Whoop whoop! I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, I'm glad that you were able to stop in at all." Obviously, you can go back and watch the beginning if you like, but just to kind of take it round back to the beginning again. This is official episode number 4, and unofficially the 5th week of doing it since we did. Dave and I did a test stream before our first official episode, and every week we say, you know, this could be a thing. We're keeping doing the thing, and we, even though we've started on time, the time that we said we were going to start twice, so we're 50% right now.
Well, and today it was like what, 1 minute or something?
No, it was 15 minutes after, because I said we were going to start at 4, and then I put it for 4:15 because I was like, I always forget that I have to copy over the video description from a previous video.
Well, but you know, good things come to those who wait, right?
It's true. I hope today was enjoyable, goofy fun. We had a lot of that.
Yes, we did.
It makes me so happy to see Han and Xerxes and media all together in chat again. Where's a.a. Gotta get him up in here. And let's see, who else? Freddy Krueger and Dan. There's a few other people. And Fatty. The hell is Fatty? I think normally when we do this isn't at a time where he can join live. Let's see, God of War and Skyrim were the only games I played on PS3. I don't remember any of like the exploratory, like World Explorer or like long epic story arc games that I ever played on PS3. I feel like at that point I was super into Wii, because that was right around its birth. I want to use a fancier word here, but birth is all I'm coming up with. And so I was playing a lot of Twilight Princess, and there were some other things. Nani? Why fortunes are laughing?
Because I used to torture my kids by calling it Toilet Princess. And
now you've tortured me with it.
They'd get so
you
mad.
Monster.
Yeah. You were playing Toilet Princess?
Toilet Princess.
Twilight Princess.
It's not what the game is called, Dad.
Yeah.
Get out of my room. Ruining my life. I don't know how old your children are.
Let's just say that they are they're old.
I was gonna say old enough to start taking on the family business of villainy.
Yeah, actually, yes.
And
yes.
but they just keep telling you that they want to be a DJ.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, they want to be villains, but they don't want to be. They want to be local villains. They don't want to take over the world. Mm-hmm. And I keep telling them they gotta go bigger. They gotta go bigger. And yeah.
You'll
6 to 30 they range.
Villains are like what's the fish that will grow to as big as an aquarium as you keep it in?
Oh, a Plecostomus?
Sure, why not? I was gonna say like beta fish or goldfish, but maybe I'm just completely making this up. Xerxes says one of my buddies used to make mead every year, and it was so good. We love. This is a mead drinking household here. We have. Yes, it's a mead drinking. We have 6 bottles of it down in the under the bar.
Do we still?
We have at least 4. We have at least 4.
I made mead one year, and I don't know what happened. It became so high concentration of alcohol you could light it on.
Yeah, you gotta be fucking careful. No. Okay, all right. So you know how before we started this, I was like, let's just talk about stupid things that we've done. You know, I'll lean into the whole I got stuck in a hairbrush thing, and we'll just talk about dumb stuff we've done. Here's a dumb thing that I accidentally did. I had a friend who made me orange mead for Christmas. Like, gave me a 6-pack of, this size of bottles. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh yeah, I'll have one tonight. I was at home alone. I think at the time I was living with my buddy Travis, and he was gone and away for something or other. I, popped the top on one. I started, I have a few sips. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And, I drank a little bit more. I woke up in the middle of the night in pitch blackness, having no idea where I was. Turns out I was in the tub. I was completely dry. Like, I hadn't vomited all over myself or anything. I hadn't turned the shower on. I was still fully clothed, but the door was shut. All the lights were off. I was just like, and I was kind of like, I stumbled around, still inebriated. I went back out to the living room where my bottle still was. It was still half full.
I believe it. I believe it. I've got a mead story. I've got a fairly...
Even taking into account that I'm a pretty small bean, and even taking into account that maybe I didn't have dinner that day or something.
It can hit you. It goes down like Kool-Aid and comes up like acid.
Be responsible with your alcohol consumption, children.
Oh my gosh, especially mead. I have a good mead story real quick.
What is your mead story?
I went to a Ren fair in Bastrop, Texas. And it was actually before they opened for the year, because they had a lot of fires in the area, and a lot of debris had blown into the Ren fair. And so they were going to have like a big party weekend where people could come up and volunteer to clean up the park, to clean up the Ren fair. And so my ex and I went there, and one of the highlights was going to be this major awesome party down at the Seven Sisters, which is the bonfire area. And they said, well, there might be, Thorin's mead there. Well, so we're all sitting around and everybody's partying and having fun. And this pickup truck comes pulling into the Ren Fair area and comes and parks and unloads an entire barrel of Thorin's mead right next to where I'm sitting. I'm like, oh. So, you drink some mead, it goes down like Kool-Aid. You keep drinking, you keep drinking. And then suddenly it hits you, and you know that there's trouble. Yeah, big time. So we went back to our tent, and I woke up some point in the middle wee hours of the day, the next day, unfortunately vomiting on myself and in the tent. And I immediately woke up and launched myself out of the tent. And I was told that I was wandering around the camping area yelling out, "So stupid, 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 stupid."
Oh, no.
Ended up sleeping in the car.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, and then it started storming. So yeah, it was. But you know, I wasn't the only one. We heard at least 7 or 8. It was like in digital 7.1 stereo all around us, people puking. So I didn't feel.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a Denny's breakfast morning. Let me tell you.
Oh gracious me.
Whew.
I'm gonna steal. Well,
But it
no,
was a good time.
maybe. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I will project. Han, I don't know what now. Oh, thank you. I don't know which movie you were posting a trailer for in the Discord, but I look forward to finding it later. Let me see here. I just want to make sure I saw the Liberty Spikes. The Liberty Spikes.
Han, it's very possible that it was spiked.
Yes, soon all the cool kids will be sporting the look. And then there was half a ghost spotted over there. Just a half a one. Oh yes. Oh no, I misunderstood. Never mind. No, but everyone look away from the screen. I'm just referring to things that are not street.
So
Aaron is streets behind. We should go bother him, Xerxes. Since I have you, at least 3 of you here, would starting later in the evening, I know it wouldn't be great for you, Han, because this is already kind of late for you. But would starting later in the evening be better for people if you wanted to be on the live thing? Or potentially a different day? You don't have to answer here. You can always talk about it on the Discord. But I am curious. We kind of just picked a time instead of waffling over, when the ideal time for it would be. The doctor and I were just kind of like, we're picking a day, we're picking a time, we're doing the thing. And here we are 5 weeks later. And we're still doing the thing. All right.
excellent.
Almost so close to being caught up.
Han, there was a catfish in Asia that swallowed a man. That almost sounds like the beginning of a dirty joke of some kind.
I was going to say it sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
Oh, well, a horror movie as well. A lot of horror movies.
Or maybe not even a horror movie. Maybe just ooh, actually, you know what would be kind of. Wait, who are all these people just suddenly coming in? We're about to wrap up. I'm so happy that you've joined, but like this has been great. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna be back again next week. We'll have the doctor back. Star, perchance you will be able to join us. Maybe we'll see more than half a ghost, or maybe we'll see the other half of the ghost. This time you'll have to come on that side. I'll adjust my camera to make your ghostly movements more doable.
Bring on the ghost.
Arm flapping is essential. I don't know what particular what particular kind of arm flapping you are referring to, but hopefully it's Muppet arms. Well, this has been boodles of fun. Even though it's cold and miserable here, hey, yeah. I've got my shiner. And even though this one's empty, I've got another one downstairs, and I'll figure out some kind of food to eat on this cold night. It's like -2 or -3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. What do we have here? I don't know what the weather is like here yet, but it is. Oh, yeah, -7. Yeah.
That's funny because we've got there's 7 people watching, and it's -7 degrees where you are.
Yes. So that's
a sign.
It equals 0.
It equals out. So does that mean that it's 0 degrees and we have 0 viewers?
It means that we are all even keel.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We may be supervillains, but you know, we don't claim to be above anyone. No, no.
Absolutely not. We're
I
all
mean,
on the
you know,
level.
unless they're strapped on a table and the table happens to be beneath us, but
Yeah.
that's not what we mean. That's a
Right.
different thing. That was a different thing.
With a large pool of sharks underneath.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can't just like strap someone to a table and not have there be sharks around. Like,
Right.
come on. This is basic stuff. I
know.
wonder if maybe in addition to the party manifesto, we are going to also have to begin writing like a tips and tricks of the trade supervillainy handbook kind of thing.
Yep.
Like, yes, of course, you may monologue about your evil plan, but it is gauche to go on for more than, say, 90 seconds.
Right.
And even then, this is a bit much.
And
And when you are monologuing, always keep your eyes. Always keep your eyes. Don't get lost in your own reverie. Very important.
Yes, and that kind of leads me into, do we include the age-old mistake of leaving the room once you've pressed the big red button that is supposed to kill the heroes? Or do we just let them find out for themselves?
No, see, we've got to stay there and make sure the job is done. Okay? Then gets back into the whole, you know, thinking that they're superior thing. I can just hit this button. And look, I cannot be bothered to watch this come to its completion. I have many, many things to do.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Hit the button.
What happens? And then, no.
And
see, I've already escaped.
Yep.
Already escaped, Star. And I rescued the girl. She was very thankful. Unfortunately, that's as far as it went, and that's okay. That's fair. It's fair.
Aw, come on.
She doesn't owe me anything. She doesn't owe me anything.
No, of course not. But you know, tips.
I think I think kiss on the cheek might have been nice, or you know, a ride home. No.
Back to the mountain. Back to the mountain.
Welcome for saving you. Dang it.
It's a thankless job, which is why we became supervillains. If we're not going to
I used to be a hero. Okay, I used to want to be a nun, and now look at me.
I remember trying to kill you several times, but you're here, and now we're on the same side. So
funny how
I have
that
to
happens.
just be more devious about it.
Funny how that happens. Well, I am going to wrap us up here.
All right.
Everybody who was able to join us, Nikachu, thanks for jumping in, and Starhawk for sharing the video with them. Xerxes, Han, Media, Rick was in here earlier. I think he had to bounce. And Lily may or may not have been wandering about the halls here. I'm not sure if she was or not. But in any case, even if you were not in chat and I did not see you, thank you for joining us. We shall return again next week, hopefully with our co-host, Dr. Zodiac. And next week will not, I mean, it's always kind of goofy up in here, but it will be slightly less goofy probably, because next week is a prosperity and supervillainy week, whereas this week was a popcorn and supervillainy week. So we were just kind of taking a break from the madness. I do like this every other week thing, where we focus a little bit more on particular topics and current events on the prosperity weeks, and then we just kind of let loose, and like who knows what can happen on the popcorn weeks. Like, I'm gonna watch this back later, listen to it, and I'm just like, how did we get from here to here? I have no idea. I have no idea how it happened.
One of my evil superpowers is misdirection.
Well, you also picked the correct subject for that, as I have mentioned multiple times. I am forever followed by the story octopus, who will not allow stories to... The stories will always have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But it will not necessarily be linear.
Yeah, it may take a while to get there.
It may take a little while. We're going to go down one tentacle, but we're going to come back up and eventually get back to the beak of the story octopus.
Yes. And
All right.
my evil superpower takes advantage of such things.
As long as we eventually did get back to the beak, I think we have managed to get back to the beak.
I think so.
I've been doing a lot of this. We've had raptors, we've had jumpstart clams, and now we've had story octopus.
You know, it
and also period platypus.
Okay.
All right.
Until next week.
Officially and for real. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Make sure that you do something that makes you happy, or just take a few minutes to sit about and do absolutely nothing. It's good for you. So let it be written. So let it be done. Thank you once again, Starhawk, for joining us here on Prosperity / Popcorn and Supervillainy, and for giving me someone other than myself to talk to, because that could have gotten a little weird. I will see everyone next time. Make sure to jump down and I don't have any current information for Starhawk, if there are any socials he wishes to share, but sure. If he does, I will add them in the description, and currently in the description you will see the socials for my usual cohort, Dr. Zodiac, and also for me as well. You can jump on the Discord with us if you are not already there. It is increasingly active as I have a little bit more time and energy to devote to it. And most of the times it is just a lot of media recommendations and cute things, because I like cute things. And creepy things, cute things. Media recommendations, creepy things, cute things, creepy cute things. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye now.
Goodbye.